Hey everybody, I just wanted to come to you with a real quick video here about a piece of gear that that I made myself. It's actually nothing original. In fact, the design is 5,000 years old. That this is based off of the belt that Otzi the Iceman was wearing when he was found in the Austrian Alps. I've been kind of researching about it, off and on, and then I really got interested in it. I started reading some books and some more information on the internet and whatnot, and I started investigating more and more, and just got really interested in it, and realized that a lot of the tools that he had on him, just how useful would they be in today's world, today's modern idea of bushcraft, what have you. This particular belt is made out of an elk split. The original was made out of calf skin. I had the elk, and so that's what I used. The belt, it tapers to the end. This one's 72 or 74 inches long, something like that. The original 72 inches long. The belt pouch part here was worn in the front, and then it was wrapped around his back, and then the tag ends would have been wrapped back around to the front and then tied off. And the reason they know that this is how the belt and the pouch was worn is because when he was pulled out of the ice, in his crotch area and to his waist, there was a huge block of ice that had still kept everything frozen in place. And so when he was exhumed from the glacier, the belt, or the parts of the belt that were remaining, were still in place as to where he originally wore them. It's 2.5 inches wide, and that's about as what the original was too. The actual pouch is 8 inches long, 2.5 inches wide. The original did not have little security flap on the top. It was just open, but that's something I added just for the sake of it. I will go through the contents, but it should be noted that unlike our modern conception of what a belt pouch is, this for Otzi was very different. That this was his survival pouch. That it was not his main line, first line, go-to, whatever phrase that you want to use. This was not his everyday use, dig into the pouch and pull out fire starting equipment. This was emergency. And if he got separated from his backpack or his birch containers or what have you, he had items in this little pouch that would help him through whatever the case may be. That he had some medicinal fungus, some fire starting fungus. He had flint. He had a piece of iron pyrite, which basically acts as flint and steel. So that was pretty much what it is. That unless he got separated from his equipment, or there was some kind of emergency, that's when this would be used. This wasn't something that he went into every time he needed to start a fire, etc., etc. You guys get the idea. So, that being said, what I have in mind, I've tried within reason to mimic as closely as possible as to what Otzi had in his, just to get the the feeling and the essence of it. Right here on top, I have a couple pieces of horseshoe fungus. Piece of flint and a small steel striker. I don't feel bad having a quote-unquote modern made flint striker, simply because in the spirit of it, Otzi's iron pyrite did the exact same thing that this did. I have some jute twine. He had some tree bast in his, which functioned pretty much essentially as the same thing. I threw in a couple pieces of fat wood, and in the small Altoids tin, I have some plantain salve, which would act much like his, medicinal items that he had. This is mine. And then I have a couple more pieces of flint in here, either for, striking sparks, or being able to cut. This one's actually pretty sharp. So, apologies. That's pretty much it. That's the contents. My battery's starting to run out on the camera, but as you can see on the side here, there's parallel holes with 2 strings, and the idea being that he had a pressure flaker. Actually, it was more similar to an Ishii stick than an actual tine pressure flaker. A game stringer, and possibly the sheath for his dagger hanging off of this. And as you can see, that's pretty much the nuts and bolts of how it hung. Is that everything hung from a little toggle that went in under these loops. It's, absolutely ingenious, very comfortable. A BC version of, Molly equipment that everybody thinks is, the newest, greatest thing. But there really, honestly isn't anything new under the sun. Otzi had Molly equipment 5,000 years ago and was using it. So, I hope you guys appreciated it, had fun while watching it. Awesome piece of equipment, very user friendly. I enjoy using it and wearing it a lot. So I just wanted to share that with you. You guys have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one.